If you had to share three IAM secrets or tips of advice for those that are managing identity and access management, what would those be?
Well, just down to three. I would say implement SSO, single sign-on, so centralized authentication. Because if you don't centralize authentication, it's going to be awfully tough to implement any type of secrets policy. So I would say that would be one of the first things to focus on. For those whose identity and access management programs are relatively nascent, I would say start there, centralize your authentication. I would recommend rolling out passwordless. So maybe that's a second tip, but part of that, it goes with that. Secondly, I would say multi-factor authentication, more specifically phishing resistant MFA. As I was saying, the MFA control is one of the most effective controls, the most in terms of getting your bang for your buck. I think it's one of the most effective controls out there, and brownie points to those who implement phishing resistant MFA. So that would be the other tip. And then I would say privileged access management. Privileged access management is a force multiplier for hacking breaches. So it's really important to make sure that you have PAM and good secrets management hygiene. So that's something that I would absolutely say is important. My first and second tips were similar. They were in the authentication space. I would add another one. I would also add centralizing access provisioning. So if your access administration is centralized, your access management is centralized, and you have privileged access management, that gives you a really good view into your identity and access management environment. So those would be my top three. If you are an advanced IAM program, I would recommend something like data analytic, application of data science to identity and access management. So those things that we talked about in terms of detecting risky events and applying them at runtime, orchestrating identity and access management, and not just from a risk perspective, but if you apply data science, in some cases, you can even predict if somebody should have access before they ask for access. Instead of doing access certifications, you detect when people are not using certain entitlements and you take them away. And on the other hand, if you think that somebody is going to use certain entitlements, you give it to them, which is the magic of predictive analytics. So if you are an advanced IAM program, I would say that look at application of data science to identity and access management. So that would be my bonus fourth step. So first one was around authentication. Second one was around privileged access management. And third one was around centralizing access provisioning. And then bonus pointer was application of data science to identity and access management.
Wow. Thank